Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, nothing will change? If yes, listen carefully. This is not laziness. It's not a character flaw. Psychology has a name for it. Imagine this. You try again and again. Exams, jobs, relationships, goals, but the result is always the same, failure. Slowly, your brain learns one thing. Nothing I do matters. Then, even before trying, you already predict failure. You stop trying. You're stuck. Psychologist Martin Seligman called this learned helplessness. In 1967, he did a famous experiment with dogs. 3 groups. The first group was restrained. They received electric shocks they couldn't escape. Later, even when escape was possible, these dogs just lay there. They had learned that nothing they did mattered. But here's the key. Not every dog became helpless. Some still escaped. The difference? What their brain learned from the experience. Humans are the same. When you experience repeated failure exams, jobs, relationships, your brain learns the same lesson. This is one core mechanism of depression. It's not overthinking. Your brain has actually been rewired. But failure is just one source. There's an earlier one, your family. Imagine a child. Their caregiver never encourages them. Instead, they get criticized for small mistakes. What do they learn? No matter what I do, I'll get in trouble. So, they focus not on the task itself, but on how to avoid being yelled at. Distracted, do poorly, get criticized again. Another loop. Sometimes it's not the child's fault. The caregiver has their own issues. That's on them, not the child's ability. School too. Bad grades? You get labeled a failure. Slowly, the child starts believing, this is who I am. As adults, this pattern follows us into relationships. Afraid of being blamed. Afraid to express needs. Expecting disappointment. Like being trapped in childhood. Worse, when you finally open up to friends or family, they say, you're overthinking. Everyone feels that way. So, you stop sharing. Emotions get trapped inside. It gets worse. Even with new people, you're afraid to talk about it. At this point, you might ask, so what can I actually do? The answer is a lot, and it's simpler than you think. First, start with your body. Studies show that moderate aerobic exercise releases endorphins, which create feelings of pleasure. It also boosts dopamine, which increases motivation. You don't need a gym. Walk, hike. Get off one stop early and walk home. Start small. When your brain gets that reward, it slowly relearns. Action can feel good. Second, the 5-second rule by Robbins. When you don't want to act, your brain makes excuses. I'm tired, maybe tomorrow, it won't work. But if you move within 5 seconds, your brain doesn't have time to think of those excuses. Count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and go. That's simple. Third, find the right person to talk to. Not everyone can hold your story. Psychologist Carl Rogers said real growth happens in relationships with 2 things. Empathy, someone who truly tries to understand, not just give advice. And unconditional positive regard, they accept you, without judging your state. If you don't have someone like that, consider professional help. Or start with books, videos, writing. Learned helplessness was learned. So, it can be unlearned, and relearned with hope. Start with one small action, one conversation where you're truly heard, one moment where you tell yourself, maybe this time it can be different. Subscribe for our next chapter. We're all learning together.